Hello, this is Tony Hall. I'm speaking to you from my regular locale where I live in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. I'm 40 miles north of the Montana border. And today I'm working on a piece highlighting the recent work of Crispin Miller. Mark Crispin Miller has for many years been a prominent professor at New York University. He specializes, one of the things he specializes in is propaganda, the history of propaganda. And he's been teaching for some time what I consider to be a sort of famous course on the history of propaganda. And since 2020, since the arrival of this supposed medical emergency on all the people of the world, he's been focusing on what they called COVID 19. And COVID 19 is still, there are still being people vaccinated for it. And the COVID 19 injection was actually, not to address a viral contagion that had gotten loose, but was rather to introduce genetic modification as a new means of medical treatment. And vaccines of many varieties have followed the model of the COVID 19 so called vaccine. It's not really a vaccine, it works through a different technology. But the COVID vaccine is introductory to the mRNA gene modifying vaccines, and it seems that just modifying randomly, it seems, or without proper experimentation, the genetic chemistry of humans, human genomes, both of individuals and of the species, of the entire human species. This is underway, and he sees this, and rightfully so, in my view, as really the biggest story going on, as a kind of genocide. He calls it actually a mega-Holocaust that is permeating throughout society. It's not talked about. It's sort of undercover, it's under wraps, and just here and there are very clear voices that do talk about it, like I've been talking about it, like Mark Crispin Miller has been talking about it. By many of you who read my Substack obviously know a great deal about this. One of the themes of the damage being done by this initiative to depopulate humanity, to leave the survivors as sort of diminished, sickly, impoverished, people who can easily be transformed into kind of slaves of the dominant group. This is the larger modification of humanity being sought, and the evidence is quite strong, profound. One of the areas that we're being attacked is neurological, that people's whole mentality, our demeanor, is being deteriorated, that we just are not as clever as people were in prior times. And I found it interesting how he connects, what I see he's doing is connecting the genocide in Israel, reminding us that Netanyahu, prior to the genocide in Israel, arranged it with Albert Bourla to transform the whole of Israel into a laboratory for testing, for experimenting with the COVID shots. And the indication is that perhaps that had something to do with the mentality in Israel, where there, to this day, seems to be a kind of mass murder infatuation to expand Israel and grow its territory and grow its influence in the world, basically by initiating a system of expansion through genocide, through mass murder. And this is, to me, to link up the various things going on. Of course, the war between Iran and Israel is getting quite serious, and all the stuff going on around the Straits of Hormuz and the upcoming economic debacle that is being imposed on humanity, and the cutbacks in food and things going on like that. It's important to make these connections. So Miller calls the current situation the most grave crime against humanity in human history. He's using the word massacre. He's using the word mega-Holocaust. And so it's quite a dramatic and important article calling for building up some kind of repository of documentation, of proof of what is going on, not allowing the cover up to prevail as happened, for instance, with 9/11. So, on that, I encourage you to read the essay below that I'm trying to put together all these points. And of course, what happened to Fauci and what hasn't happened to Fauci, the fact that he's isolated and protected from all his criminal activities in the past. This speaks to a larger phenomena that we have to address. Okay, see you later.